Hello, audience. Hello, Al. Let me see. Oh, we are all here. Audience, thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday morning. I'm here in New York City. It's very cold today. So, audience, please go into the public chat and let us know where you're calling from. We love to hear from you. And as I said, we love to hear from you. We have a poll for you today. I just opened the poll. It's on the screen right now. And while I do my icebreaker with the speakers, you can go ahead and vote on the poll. So speakers, I have a cool icebreaker for you while we give people a little time to join us for this event. Al, what is something that you're looking forward to do this weekend?
If the weather holds, I plan to get a 9 hole of golfing for the last probably round of the season. And
That's
if the
cool.
weather doesn't hold, and the weather doesn't hold because I'm in Boston, then I would try to fit into some pickleball court and get 1 hour of pickleball in.
That's cool. Yeah, Boston is pretty cold, so I don't know if the golf will happen. What about you, Deepak?
Yeah, so I don't know how many of you follow the Cricket World Cup. So this weekend is going to be the final. So my favorite team, India, made it to finals. So that will be one team, and the other team is going to be somewhere between Australia and South Africa. So looking forward to it.
That is exciting. That is very exciting. So I have the results for the poll here. The most votes we have for customized lead distribution, round robin, stick assignments, and etc. So people really want to know about how to customize lead distribution for my speakers. Um, I'm going to stop sharing my poll here. How you can go ahead and share your screen for us, please.
Sharing now.
Awesome. Let's go to the slideshow. So we are here today to talk about how to revolutionize the sales funnel with those amazing speakers that you just heard from now. For those of you not familiar with Modern Sales Pros, we are the world's largest and highest quality community for those in sales management, sales leadership, sales and revenue operations, and sales enablement, aka our Modern Sales Pros. Oh, you can go to the next slide, please. Those are some of the companies that we have participating in our community, and our mission is to create an environment for our members to answer the questions they would struggle to solve on their own and to help them see around corners they might not know about. And we do that through live sessions like this one you're about to experience. We have an online forum where you can go and ask a lot of questions. And with 35K people answering your questions, I am pretty sure no questions will be left unanswered and no problems will be left unsolved. So we have this robust online forum. We also have quarterly summits. Those are really fun. We have speakers from many companies, big companies, and we are starting to get back into in-person events, which is very exciting. If you're not already part of the MSP community, you'll be invited to join right after this event. You can go to the next slide. So I have a few housekeeping notes here for this event today. Please use the Q&A panel on your right-hand side. That's where you should send your questions for the speakers. And I was talking with them backstage. They're looking forward for the weekend, but the energy is a little low. So they said the way to put the energy high is to get a lot of questions today. So please use the Q&A function and send a lot of questions for the speakers. And also, please participate in the polls. We had the first one already, and this panel is being recorded. The recording will be made available for you right after this event. You will receive an email from Angelica with the link and the key takeaways. You can go to the next slide. At MSP, we work with partners, as you saw in that slide, with many companies. But today, we have Lead Angel as our partner. Lead Angel is a B2B lead management platform, including lead to account matching and routing. Fast, reliable, and customizable operations work with Salesforce CRM and others. APIs available to route and match leads. Lead Angel helps businesses, organizations, and enterprises to improve sales process to close more deals faster. The software offers lead routing, lead matching, fuzzy matching, lead deduplication, account-based marketing strategies, and detailed reporting matching. And matching is very customizable and extremely fast. I am going to put a link in the chat right now for your audience to check it out, to check their website. And you can also request a demo with Lead Angel by click the request a demo with our sponsor button right at the top of this page. You can go to the next slide, please. All right, now let's get introduced to our panelists. We have Al here. I'll pass it to you. You can introduce yourself and ask Deepak to introduce himself. And then you can go into the meat of this event. I'm going to be watching live, taking a lot of notes, and I'll be back later for some outro notes. Is that right?
Sure, that's
Okay.
fine. Deepak, why don't you go?
Okay, thank you, Dorado. So, hello everyone. I am Deepak. I am solutions engineer at Lead Angel. So, basically, I can answer any questions if you have around the technology or the product and the features and questions on how to implement it. And usually, I say that, but I am the person you should be feeling sorry for keeping someone's word, like sales. Like if else does a sale, then I need to keep up his words with my customers. So that's what I do at Lead Angel.
Thank you, Deepak. Also, the part that Deepak fails to mention when he introduces himself is that he's actually lived the marketing operations role for over 15 years. He was a marketing operations exec at HP, Oracle, and Xerox, where he actually lived the problem. So he's very empathetic to our customer base, that he knows exactly what they're going through and he understands the issues, right? I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Al. I manage the commercial side at Lead Angel. I've been in B2B enterprise sales throughout my career, 25 sales. And I do have lived some of the problems that Lead Angel solves. When you're managing a sales team, ensuring people have done what they're supposed to do, your sales team has done what they're supposed to do with regards to doing justice to the inbound lead. And in turn, acknowledging the efforts that marketing has put into the lead gen process. So, the two of us form a great team, having lived the problems that we try to solve daily. So with Lead Angel, our tagline is close more deals, and that's what we do. We help you close more deals with the existing leads you have. So we're not a lead generation company, we're a lead management company, and we help you close more deals. We revolutionize the sales funnel with cutting edge lead management strategies. Today's webinar, we're going to address 5 topics. Thank you, folks who already polled to mention which of these are most important to you. The topics we're going to talk about are configure auto data dedupe to improve data hygiene and lead management. We're going to talk about customizing lead distribution, round robin, sticky assignment, weighted round robin, etc. We're going to show you how to enforce rules for sales to optimize lead follow-ups. From a sales perspective, this has been one of my pet peeves, and I'm sure some of you folks are living this problem too, and you'll understand what I mean when we go over that. Enable real-time handoff of prospects between SDRs and AEs. This is a feature we actually developed earlier this year for a customer, and because they're a high volume, low transactional value organization, and it was imperative for them to have this feature to be able to close a deal, a lead into a deal while they had it on the table, and it was a non-starter. If we could not develop this for them, they could not move ahead with us. We were able to develop this feature within the time we promised them, and we're now offering it as an out-of-box feature within Lead Angel. And then we're gonna show you how to double sales meetings booked on the calendar. So with regards to the problem that organizations face today, there is a significant loss of revenue because sometimes it takes days, if not weeks, to follow up on inbound leads because it's very difficult to match the inbound lead to the correct SDR or AE combination. It's very difficult for teams to set up meetings with prospects, even after a form fill, because it takes various communication cycles, and the emails may end up in the spam folder, or the prospect may not pick up the phone, etc. And duplicate data causes loss of productivity and damages the brand experience. So Gartner estimates Medium to large enterprise lose about $15 million annually on bad data. And we're happy to share the citation with you folks, after the webinar if you need it. And the Petowitz Group did a study that shows that 70% of all inbound leads go unattended, right? So if you folks are in marketing or marketing operations, I'm sure you can feel the pain. You put a lot of effort, right, into lead gen, and if those generated leads go unattended, that's borderline criminal, right? I mean, it's tough for that to happen, and we're going to show you how to take care of that problem. The deduping your database, the downside of bad data. So it's estimated that every bad record costs a company $100 in terms of time spent. So the salespeople spend hours sifting through multiple records. For example, if there's 7 IBMs and a lead comes in from IBM, now the salesperson has to go through every single record to understand the last activity, even to make their first phone call, right? It creates confusion among sales teams, right? Because not all the records in the CRM have a recent update. So nobody really knows whether it's an active account or dormant account. And this causes frustration within your sales team. It also happens where more than one salesperson can be calling into the same account, right? Which causes for a poor customer experience, damaging your brand. So data cleanliness, we believe, is the key to sales success, right? To be more effective, nimble, and very precise with the follow-ups. Talking about deduping your database, when Lead Angel is implemented, and should I mention this? So Lead Angel natively integrates with Salesforce and HubSpot and offers API access for integration with any and all CRMs. So we are CRM agnostic. And when Lead Angel is implemented, we provide our customer with the duplicate account report. So we're not going to mess with your duplicate accounts. We're going to provide you with the report, and we're going to show you, how many duplicate IBMs you have, or how many duplicate Disneys you have, or what have you, and let you decide what you want to do with it. We're not just randomly going and dedupe it for you. We can configure deduplication rules, so we can dedupe leads versus leads. We can dedupe contacts versus contacts, and we can also dedupe leads versus contacts, right? So we can convert a lead into a contact if a matching account is found. We also have the ability to provide you with an API call into third-party tools like Zoom Info and Clearbit for data enrichment, right? And although we are a suite of 4 solutions, we have the ability to deploy the data dedupe functionality a la carte. So we do have some customers that don't always deploy all 4 of the solutions we provide, and they say, hey, we just want these 2. And again, like, although we're a suite of solutions, we have the ability to deploy them standalone or a la carte. The next functionality we talk about is lead routing for the new age, right? The cost. It's almost impossible to manually do this task, because if this has to be implemented manually, which means the person responsible for manually routing this lead pretty much has to be chained to their desk, cannot take a lunch break, cannot take a vacation or any of that, right? Because it's just impossible, right? Because you want the lead to be routed in near real time, because we do understand that when somebody fills in a form, or the prospect fills in a form, and they provide you with their email and telephone number, they expect to be called. And what we know from some studies is that you're more likely to close a lead into a deal 21 times more likely if you're able to call them within the first 5 to 15 minutes instead of waiting for 30 minutes. And then we've also seen studies that show that every hour you wait for the form fill, the chances of closing that lead into a deal drops, right? And 78% of clients buy from the company that responds first. So really the manual process is not an option if you have to succeed in a very, very competitive, fast-paced environment. Right? And that's what we help with. So Lead Angel offers 150 smart matching rules to deliver 99.7% accuracy. And by that, what I mean is our fuzzy matching algorithm will catch IBM versus I.B.M versus International Business Machines versus Big Blue. And our fuzzy matching algorithm will also catch mergers and acquisitions, etc. So we will match the inbound lead to the record in your CRM, right? We can do account relationship-based assignment. So what we call as a sticky assignment. If salesperson A has spoken to IBM, then a lead coming in from IBM is always going to go to salesperson A because he or she is most familiar with that account. So we can do the sticky assignment-based routing. We can do the round robin or weighted round robin team management. But round robin is self-explanatory, so we all know what round robin routing means. But the weighted means that, hey, you have your best performing salesperson and you want him or her to get twice as many leads as the next one, right? So you can have it weighted like that. We can have availability-based assignments, which means that our system will ensure that the salesperson the lead needs to route to is available on their calendar. Because if they're not available, it makes no sense getting it to them because they're not going to be able to respond timely, right? So we take care of that, and also we manage from an availability perspective. We manage time off. If your best salesperson is always busy, why should he or she get penalized for not being available? So we can take care of that. We can take care of people being on paid time leave. So that is all factored in when the lead routing or the lead distribution is implemented, right? And the activity-based assignment. Lead Angel allows you the flexibility to implement the rules that are most important or relevant to your organization. So we don't say, hey, here's your suite. It all has to stick. No, we're actually very flexible where we're going to say, we have these 150 matching rules. Which of these are most important to you? Let's implement these for you. And once implemented, all the functions within our suite of software runs unattended in the background. So you really don't have to spend the time or have a dedicated resource available to manage Lead Angel. Coming to the next topic of enforcing rules for sales. Now, this has been, as a sales leader, this has been one of my pet peeves, right? It's the lead goes to a salesperson. You have no visibility whether the salesperson has called or emailed the lead. You don't know. And every lead is worth its weight in gold because somebody's filled in a form, has shown interest in your product. That's a chance to sell your product, right? So every lead is worth its weight in gold. And we have the ability to enforce a bunch of rules to ensure that the leads are done justice to, right? So one of those is we can implement a rule where we require the salesperson to call/email the lead and log it in your CRM within the first 30 minutes of the inbound form fill. If that does not happen, you can do one of two things. You can have the manager notified that, hey, it's been 30 minutes, the lead's not been logged in the CRM, so there's no way to really tell whether there's been follow-up or there's been no follow-up. Or two, little punitive, but definitely works. You can yank it from salesperson A, yank the lead from salesperson A and give it to salesperson B. Guess what happens? Once the salesperson loses the lead, he or she is never making that mistake again. If if they're a good salesperson, right? So this is kind of enforces healthy habits for effective follow-up of leads in a timely manner, increasing your chances of closing the deal. And the cycle repeats. The other things we can do is we can say that we don't want uh, we don't want any salesperson to have more than 10 open leads at any given time. And and the reason for that is we actually want the salespeople to do justice to the leads and put those leads through its motions, right? So uh, so so from that perspective, we say, hey, if you have more than 10 open leads, you're not going to get any more leads, which kind of again forces them into healthy habits of doing justices to the leads and putting the leads through the motions, right? This is the feature that we mentioned about on the call on the opening slide. Is one of the topics in today's webinars is real-time handoff uh, between the SDR and the account executive, right? So so there's a few ways. The SDR is on the phone with the prospect. The SDR can do one of two things. The SDR can set a meeting on the AE's calendar with the prospect, which is an offline lead transfer, right? And the AE might the prospect might say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to talk to an AE right now. I'm interested in your product. I want to learn more. I may buy this product, right? So the SDR at that point has the ability to check for the best fit account executive within your team for this particular prospect. And by that I mean it could be a territory, it could be an industry vertical, it could be a company size. And the SDR also is able to see the AEs that are available for this call and do a real-time hot transfer to this AE, both within the CRM and through your phone system, right? So this is a feature that we did not have. We developed this purely for one particular customer, and we now offer it out of the box. And it's impossible to get this solution unless you do some custom coding. So Lead Angel offers this solution out of the box, and I think it's most effective for high volume inbound leads, with high transactions. So with the benefits of the real time handoff between the SDR and account executives is, absolutely no lead goes unscheduled, while providing full visibility to the management. So management can exactly see who the SDR was, who the lead was transferred to, and find out the outcome of that particular lead, right? And Lead Angel enables the real time handoff while the prospect is still on the call. So very, very effective way to close business while the prospect is still on the phone. Secrets to doubling your sales meetings. Here, and I faced this problem personally. You get a form fill, you get a prospect that's interested in your product, right? And you try to call the prospect doesn't pick up the phone. You email the prospect doesn't respond, and maybe for multiple reasons. Your email might have landed in their spam folder or what have you, and they don't return the phone. So it could take multiple communication cycles before even the first meeting with the prospect is set up. And sometimes that's too late, right? So what Lead Angel does is once the form fill happens, the inbound lead is matched to an existing account in your CRM. The salesperson for that existing account has been identified. The lead is routed to that salesperson, and the prospect is presented with the salesperson's calendar, all within a few milliseconds of the form fill. So with our existing customers, we have absolutely seen that they have been able to double their meetings booked because the prospect fills in a form, and within a few milliseconds, they get the salesperson's calendar. So they're more likely to set up that meeting on the go versus hey, I filled the form. I'll wait for that person to get back to me. Depending on how responsive your SDR teams are, that may or may not happen. And then I explain the issues with the communication cycles, etc. Right? And we also offer the ability to share the calendar externally, right? I'm sure if you folks have any questions, you're putting it in the chat, and Deepak is looking at that, and he's happy to answer any questions you may have. So to recap, we have the highest industry match rate for lead to account matching. We have a 99.7% lead accuracy, and we have reports to prove that. We have the ability of merging duplicates and auto conversion options. We offer immediate routing of leads to sales reps with calendar booking functionality. And we're a no coding solution. We're a quick implementation. So really, for a native implementation, it's about a 30-minute integration to get up and running with your Salesforce instance. But if there's any customization or deployment in the customization involved, it may take a little longer, but we're very, very flexible, very nimble, no coding solution. When I've been on prospective calls, I've had this question asked, oh, but Salesforce offers this or HubSpot offers this. How are you different, right? So we complement the functionality of your CRM. Major players in the CRM game do not offer these functionalities. They do not offer real-time lead to account matching. They do not offer the flexibility and the advanced lead routing mechanisms that we offer, right? Tying into calendar or sticky assignment or weighted round robin or, the sales rules enforcement for optimal sales follow-up, the advanced calendar appointment scheduling functionality. So even though we're a quick implementation, we are still very feature rich, right? And how do we differ from our competitors? So Lead Angel is an independent platform for very flexible and faster matching, right? We are very familiar with the lead to account matching and routing solution providers or our competition. And we know that the major players do not offer integration with anything other than Salesforce. And we do. So we will natively integrate with Salesforce and HubSpot and Dynamics 365, right? And then we offer API access for integration into any and all CRMs, right? And our highly configurable fuzzy matching algorithm, is very relevant for unique business cases, such as ring fencing, boosting, tie breaking, etc. Right? So that's how we differ from our competitors. And with that, we would like to thank you for taking the time to attend. But primarily, the message that we have is, at Lead Angel, we're not just slinging software. Right? Our role is not just to sling software. We all know as a SaaS company, churn is a huge problem, and we'd rather not take the business if we are not a good match and if we cannot operate as an extension of your operations team. So we will be an extension of your team. We will help you implement the product. We will help you deploy the product, the solution within your environment, and we will ensure that it works. And if we won't take a dime if we cannot help you close more deals or save money and time. If you're not a good fit, we're not a good fit, and we're not going to take your money just for the sake of taking your money. With that, if any of you would like to speak to some of our existing customers to understand their experiences from a pre-sales, deployment, and post-sales perspective, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to coordinate that call for you. We have thousands of users on our platform and some really loyal users who moved from our competition to us. And if you would like to learn more or really understand how we are a fit for your environment, feel free to schedule a call with me. You can email me at alr@leadangel.com, or I'm sure the calendar link will be provided to you after this webinar. So again, thank you very much. We were told we have the 30 minutes. I hope it's been a productive use of your time, and we are always here to answer any questions we weren't able to answer on this webinar. Thank you, Eduardo.
Awesome. Thank you for the presentation. I don't see any questions coming. That's a sign that you're very thorough, so that's good. I have a question for you though. How long does the implementation last for a project like Lead Angel?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
The implementation, how long does it take for a business to like sign with Lead Angel? How long does it take for them to have the information ready?
You mean implement Lead Angel once they
Hmm.
sign up for it?
Yep. Hmm.
It's really case by case, but I'll let Deepak address that. Deepak is the right person for it because I don't want to over promise and under deliver. I'd rather do the other way around.
Yeah, so there are multiple parts to the implementation depending on how the customer wants to implement it. Technical integration nowadays doesn't take more than 15 minutes. Like you just click a button, share the tokens, and you are done.
Okay.
Apart from that, it would take about 2 to 3 days or 5 days, depending on the iterations we do for fine tuning the lead to account matching logic for the customers, making sure that they are getting what they want. And uh, if lead routing is, let's say, if they have about 20-25 rules for the lead routing, we can configure it in a day or two. If they have 100, it might take a week and a half.
Hmm. That's pretty good since like the platform is so customized to the business need. That's pretty fast. Um, all right, I don't see any other questions coming. So, all, thank you so much for your presentation, Deepak. Thank you so much for answering my question. We are going to wrap things up here, but first, I want to thank everyone for attending this event this Wednesday. You are the best part of MSP audience. Thank you to our wonderful sponsor, Lead Angel. If you want to hear from the Lead Angel team, just request a demo with our sponsor button at the top, or you can send an email to alr@leadangel.com, and they will get in touch with you later today. I will also share this email and the calendar link that I'll share on the presentation in my follow-up email. But that's it for today. Thank you so much. I put both of their LinkedIn's in the chat, so audience, please connect with them in the chat, in the LinkedIn, sorry. And you can wait to hear from the MSP team later today with the recording and key takeaways from this event. All, Deepak, thank you so much for joining us and for all the knowledge. I'll see you next
Thank you
time.
so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you kindly. Thank you everybody for joining. We understand everybody's busy, so this 30 minutes you've given us means a lot to us. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye bye.